Hello guys. I'm here today to talk about Harry Kane and his newborn child, and basically going to break down all of Harry Kane's career, why he's Bayern Munich right now, why he's England's all-time leading goal scorer, and also why he was the captain for England in the 2022 FIFA World Cup, which was the 22nd edition of the World Cup. Woo! All right, guys, this is remarkable. I'm going to break down Harry Kane, his career, and his newborn child. And if this doesn't blow your mind, then just unsubscribe from the channel if this does not blow your mind. Yeah, we've just had Hurricane Hillary. All right. Harry Kane was trending the day Hurricane Hillary was trending. At this point, I really believe Harry Kane's a member of the royal family. I really do. It's some sort of royal bloodline. And I'll break it down. His connections are just remarkable. I've always said since day one, I've never rated Harry Kane as a footballer. I stick with that. I don't care how many goals he ends on in his career. I don't think he's a particularly talented footballer. I'm going to break down so much here, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. Then afterwards, I'm going to focus on my book again. I've just seen I've got 14 in the live, 6 likes, Donald Trump's birthday. His numbers are everywhere right now. Hey, Julie, Esteban, Georgie. God bless you all. Let's break this down, shall we? Thanks to everyone who's on my website supporting me, who shares my work, who retweets it, who likes it, who promotes it. I appreciate you. I need that support because there's only so much I can do. I don't have a marketing team behind me. So let's get into this, shall we? Harry Kane's newborn child. So Harry Kane just left Tottenham Hotspurs for Bayern Munich. And we know that Harry Kane had a phenomenal connection and relationship with Son at Spurs. So he's just left Son to have a son. All right. It's kind of comical. It was his 4th child, the 4 horsemen. I'll get into all of that later in the video. So his newborn child is called Henry Edward Kane. Now, I had to do the gematria of this. I don't often use the gematrinator anymore, but I do when it comes to people's names. So Henry Edward Kane equals 156, 75, and 249 in the purest ciphers. And Harry Edward Kane equals 156, 75, and 249, all in the same ciphers. I was like, that's interesting. But what really caught my attention, big shout out to Steve here. Harry Kane's newborn child was born in room 101. Room 101, please purchase my Donald Trump book where I discuss 1984. The book written by Orwell, which includes room 101. So his 4th child was born in room 101. If you look at the image, you will see that if you go to his Twitter. Room 101. So Harry Kane in gematria equals 101. Right? Now let me break down room 101 in 1984. Room 101 is the designation of a particularly awful torture chamber within the Ministry of Love in 1984. Now, Harry Kane is England's captain, and you see that England wear the rainbow captain's armband. And I've told you how Satan is going to bring about Satanism in the name of love. We know that England flew out to Qatar in the rainbow jet, which was symbolizing respect and support for the LGBTQ plus community, even though the rainbow is God's covenant with Noah that he's never going to flood the earth again. So you got room 101 in 1984, George Orwell's book. He was English, and it's a torture chamber. All right, a torture chamber. So I'm going to really break down exactly what room 101 is for those who don't know. All right? Because you need to know. You need to know. So it was a torture chamber in the Ministry of Love in the book 1984. The prisoners in the Ministry of Love are well aware of the terror of the room, but like Winston, they aren't entirely sure what lays in wait for them. When Winston is still being held in the communal cell, he witnesses other people consigned to the room. Orwell writes, a woman was consigned to room 101, and Winston noticed, seemed to shrivel and turn a different color when she heard the words. So room 101 meaning, room 101, remember Harry Kane's son was just born in room 101 in the hospital, is a prison chamber in 1984 in which a prisoner's worst fear is manifested as determined by the party. The party, through their various means of investigating and spying on their citizens, we see the surveillance state going on in the world right now, is all-knowing, which we know is only God, as Winston is reminded of when he's arrested. They are aware of every citizen's worst fear and are prepared to use that fear against them. That's the mainstream media. Simple as that. All right. There was a gasp and a flurry at Winston's side. Think about Winston Churchill, who was the prime minister during the wars. The man had actually flung himself on his knees on the floor with his hand clasped together. Comrade, officer, he cried, you don't have to take me to that place. This is room 101. Haven't I told you everything already? What else is it you want to know? There's nothing I wouldn't confess, nothing. Just tell me what it is and I'll confess straight off. Write it down and I'll sign it, anything. Not room 101. The man goes on asking to be shot, starved, hanged, or left to die in any other way. He tells the guard he'll give away anyone they want him to. He's got a wife and 3 children. All right? That was Kane prior to just having his 4th child, a wife with 3 children. And that the ministry can take the whole lot of them and cut their throats in front of his eyes. And he'll stand by and watch it. He's willing to endure anything except room 101. So what is the Ministry of Love in the book 1984? The Ministry of Love is one of the 4 ministries. Kane now has 4 children, like World War I lasted 4 years, and he was born on the anniversary of World War I beginning. All right, England's highest place finish with Harry Kane in the squad at a World Cup, they finished 4th. Yes, they finished 4th. Ministries that run the government of Oceania in 1984. It, like the other 4 ministries, is named for the opposite of its true purpose. This is what I'm telling you. Satan does everything in the name of love, but it's actually pushing Satanism. It is the place in which upper party members like O'Brien torture dissenters like Winston Smith into becoming loyal to Big Brother. No one is quite sure what goes on inside the Ministry of Love until one is taken there. So if you recall what I said before the season even began, you are going to see more and more players get sent off for dissent, for questioning authority. And I said it will all be connected to 1984 and where the world's going. And what did we have? 5 red cards this weekend. 5. You had the Arsenal player get sent off for absolutely nothing. I said it before the season began. I told you before the season began last year that there's going to be ridiculous amounts of stoppage time because they're going to get 96 minutes, 98, 99, 101, all connected to Queen Elizabeth and the royal family. It happened. What more do you guys want me to give you? At this point, guys, it is, in the most basic terms, responsible for brainwashing citizens into believing whatever it is the party wants them to believe. Again, this is the mainstream media. It is depicted as a building with no windows, surrounded by barbed wire and guards. The other 4 ministries are the Ministry of Peace. What's going on? All right, the peace treaties, the Ministry of Plenty, and the Ministry of Truth. But we know that their truth is a lie because Satan is the father of lies. Who's the truth? Type it in the chat. Who's the truth? Type it in the chat, guys. So I don't have to keep telling you. Room 101 comes into 1984 towards the end of the novel, during the climax. Of course. It's there that Winston Smith is taken after he refuses to renounce his love for Julia or accepts the tenets of the party. In the novel, he spends time there with O'Brien. Prior to this, Smith had questioned O'Brien several times about the nature of room 101 and what exactly it was that prisoners saw in there. O'Brien, before taking Winston to the room, says the following: "You know what is in room 101, Winston? Everyone knows what is in room 101. Later he adds, "You asked me once what is in room 101. I told you that you knew the answer already. Everyone knows it. The thing that is in room 101 is the worst thing in the world, and Harry Kane's child was just born in room 101. When Winston Smith is taken into the room, he learns that every prisoner's worst fear is manifested there. The party, which knows everything about everyone in their society, knows exactly what it is they need to do to break Winston. This is why I did my live stream about fear. When you have given yourself to Jesus Christ, you will have no fear other than God's wrath. All right? You won't fear room 101, however scary it is. All right? Winston suffers his worst fear in room 101. That is being trapped and unable to escape from rats. Guards bring in a thing made of wire, a box or basket of some kind. O'Brien notes that the worst thing in the world, said O'Brien, varies from individual to individual, because we all have different fears, don't we? We all have different fears. Some people are scared of rats, some people have them as pets. It may be a burial alive, or death by fire, or by drowning, or by impalement, or 50 other deaths. There are cases where it is some quite trivial thing, not even fatal. Because like I said, we all have these extreme fears at times. Some people have fears. You go, why are you scared of that? Makes no sense, but they're petrified of it. Winston saw that the box was oblong, made of wire, and had a fencing mask attached to the front of it. The cage was divided into two compartments. On one side, there were rats. O'Brien knows that in Winston's case, the worst thing in the world happens to be rats. George Orwell writes in regard to Winston's reaction, a sort of premonitory tremor, a fear of he was not certain what, had passed through Winston as soon as he caught his first glimpse of the cage. But at this moment, the meaning of the mast-like attachment in front of it suddenly sank into him. His bowels seemed to turn to water. It seems impossible to him that they could do to him what they're about to do. He's in shock. The following lines include O'Brien taunting Winston with what the rats might do to him, and Winston pleading to be told what it is O'Brien wants him to do. The mask, O'Brien says, will fit over your head, leaving no exit. When I press this other lever, the door of the cage will slide up. These starving brutes, the rats, will shoot out of it like bullets. Have you ever seen a rat leap through the air? They will leap onto your face and bore straight into it. Sometimes they attack the eyes first. Sometimes they burrow through the cheeks and devour the tongue. It's at this point that Winston breaks, accomplishing what room 101 is meant to do. It's meant to break you. He tells O'Brien to do it to Julia, the woman that he's been in love with, and the meeting with clandestinely. O'Brien knows then that they can make Winston believe and do anything they want to him. It's only at this point that the party will be willing to kill him. All right? That is room 101. And Harry Kane's child has just been born in room 101. Let me continue. So that's the Orwell connection, which I've been writing about, coding about for a long time. Now, the 2022 FIFA World Cup began 101 days after Queen Elizabeth II died, who connects to the end times, to Revelation, right? 101's the 26th prime. She was born in 26. She became the queen on 26. She died 2 months and 6 days before King Charles's birthday. Now, Messi won the World Cup 101 days after the Queen died. 101, the 26th prime, Messi won the World Cup in his 26th World Cup appearance, guys. We know Kobe died the 26th day of the year. We know the alphabet runs from A to Z, all right? There's 26 letters in the English alphabet. Now, Man City won the treble, all right? They were crowned the kings of Europe, and Pep Guardiola ended the season with 101 career losses, and he picked up his 101st Champions League win by beating Inter Milan in the 2023 Champions League final. All those 101s connects to 1984. All right, that's why in the World Cup there's 8 groups of 4. So Harry Kane, the reason is the England captain, which I've shown you in about 10 videos. He was born on the 79-year anniversary of World War I beginning. He was born 28/7, 1993, which was the year of the World Trade Center bombings. All right, and we know that World War I began the 28th of July, 1914. So he was born 79 years after. 79 is, of course, the 22nd prime number, which is a master builder number. Now, Harry Kane was England's captain at the 22nd edition of the FIFA World Cup, which was in 2022. And the upcoming anniversary of 9/11 is the 22-year anniversary. All right. And Harry Kane's son, Henry Kane, was just born 22 days before the upcoming 22-year anniversary of 9/11. Both of their names equal 156, and 9/11's the 156th prime, and Harry Kane was born the 156th day of the year. Who's been the top two strikers in the Premier League over the last 5 years in the Premier League? You know who it's been. Harry Kane born the 156th day of the year, and Mohamed Salah born the 15th of June, 15/6. All right? That's why Kane and Salah have dominated. Harry Kane connects to the Bible because Cain's the first son of Adam and Eve. Salah is a character within the Bible. He's the Egyptian king. That's his nickname. How incredible is this? All right. You got all those 22s. Now, Harry Kane was born exactly 22 weeks after Bobby Moore died, whose middle name was Chelsea, by the way. We know Salah played at Chelsea, where he basically failed. Chelsea's most recent Champions League win, the winning goal was scored by a German, connects to war, number 29 in a 1-0 win, and 29 is the 10th prime, just like in the Women's World Cup final. They got the winning goal after 29 minutes in a 1-0 win, and the player who scored the winning goal, their father died right after she lifted the World Cup. So Harry Kane was born exactly 22 weeks after Bobby Moore died. Now, Bobby Moore was the captain for England when they lifted the World Cup trophy in 1966, when he was wearing number 6. Number 6 lifted the trophy in 66, wearing red. Now, who handed the trophy to Bobby Moore? It was Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip. They beat Germany because Germany and England connects to the war. That was in 66, 21 years after England defeated Germany in World War II. We know Adolf Hitler died exactly 21 years before the Church of Satan was founded, which was founded the year England won the 66 World Cup. We know England, I've told you they're wearing the rainbow flag captain's armband. Well, the pride flag was designed in San Francisco, where the Church of Satan was founded. Okay? So Harry Kane's the captain, not because he's such a prolific striker. The guy can't even speak, guys. All right, guys, what we need us to do is to get ball. I've got to keep possession of ball and make sure that when we take a lead, that we play strong. And you always know when you've got players like me up top and Raheem Sterling, feeding me and maybe Mason Mount, that we can push them and get at least a couple of goals. So all we need to do is prevent the opponents from scoring a goal. And then obviously, if we score more goals than the other team, then we're going to win. He can't even talk. The guy can't talk, and he's the captain. All right? And when I say he can't talk, he can't. He mumbles. You can't understand what he's saying. All right? That guy's not a leader. He's the leader. All right? He's leading us into World War III. Obviously not Harry Kane, but he's got every single war number imaginable. All right? That's why he's the captain. All right? He failed, Harry Kane, at the beginning of his career. Nobody wanted him. Millwall didn't want him. Leyton Orient didn't want him. They didn't want him. Spurs didn't want him. All right? Until he was given a chance. I think it was Tim Sherwood who gave him a chance. I saw something in Harry, saw something in him. I knew he was going to be a top-class striker. Well, nobody else did they? But you did. A guy who's had a pathetic managerial career, Tim Sherwood, and done nothing. You were able to see Harry Kane's talent when no one else could. What a joke. Comical. So, Harry Kane wears number 9. And Bobby Moore wore number 6. All right. There's your 96. Now, Queen Elizabeth, which I predicted 2 years before it happened. Oh, well, she died because she was old. All right. I predicted she'd die at age 96. I've got a book about it. If you haven't purchased it, purchase it. If you want to learn about how your reality is coded. Kane wears 9 for England. Bobby Moore number 6. Queen Elizabeth handed Bobby Moore the World Cup trophy in 66 because the World Cup was in England. And England hosted Euro 96, which was part of why I said the Queen would die at age 96. Now, England just lost the Euro 2020 final to Italy, who then failed to qualify for the World Cup. They lost to Macedonia. Macedonia's in the Bible, if you actually read it. All right. And in the final, I'll ask you this. I'll quiz you on this just for a moment. Who were the 2 players that scored for England in the Euro 2020 World Cup penalty shootout? Tell me the 2 players. See if you can remember if you're an England fan. All right. If you are an England fan, I'd recommend stop watching them. They're all Freemasons. They're all deceivers. All right, at that level. Okay? So tell me who scored the penalties for England in the shootout loss to Italy, who then failed to qualify for the World Cup. Who scored the penalties? All right, who was it? Have we got it? Who scored? Who scored the penalties for England when they lost the Euro 2020 final to Italy? There was only 2 players that scored. All right. Who was it? Can you not remember? This is what I mean. People's minds are so short term. Tell me who it was. Brilliant. Thank you. Harry Kane, Harry Maguire. Of course, you've got Prince Harry, right? Now, if you can remember, I've just told you one of the answers. All right. What number is Harry Kane for England? I do this because people told me they enjoy it. What number is Harry Kane for England? Guys, hit that like button. There's 37 in the live. There should be 37 likes if you want me to keep doing this. All right. What number is Harry Kane for England? What number is Harry Maguire? There's a lot of these diehard England fans, and they don't know shit about their club or their country. All right. Like same with NFL and NBA. I know more about the NBA and the NFL more than any so-called diehard fan. I can out-talk them in any sport. So who was it? All right. I'll tell you then if we're not sure. Harry Kane, number 9. Thank you, the real Randy Jackson. The real Randy Jackson. Brilliant name, mate. Certain names that get a giggle out of me. I appreciate them. So Harry Kane, number 9. Harry Maguire, number 6. 96. Queen died at age 96. England hosted Euro 96. Queen's Jubilee lasted 96 hours. And I've told you about room 101, where people would rather die than go to room 101. Now listen to Revelation 9:6. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. That's room 101. They would rather die than enter room 101. All right? Because in Revelation 9:6, this is what it tells us. Ultimately, guys, we don't die. The physical body dies. All of us will die within the physical body. But the spiritual aspect never dies. You're either going to spend eternity in heaven with Jesus Christ, guys, or you're going to spend eternity in hell. All right? And those who go to hell, that's what Revelation 9:6 is. And in those days shall men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. Because once they're in the lake of fire, it says that you will spend eternity in pain and being tortured. And room 101 was a torture chamber. It's all biblical. It really is, guys. It's phenomenally biblical. 9 times 6 is 54. We just saw Man City win the Super Cup against Spain. Spain, Sevilla, 5-4. The Queen died the 251st day of the year, the 54th prime. She died 5 months and 4 days before Super Bowl 57. We know Kobe Bean Bryant died a span of 5 months and 4 days after his last birthday. And you just want to say Jesuit order equals 54. No, it's beyond biblical, guys. And again, think about this. You all know that Harry Kane shouldn't be anywhere near being a professional footballer, let alone captaining Man United, let alone playing for England. And he kept getting selected by Southgate, didn't he? He kept getting selected and selected. All right, he's still in the news. He's constantly in the news. He got arrested in Greece, which connects to the king of the bottomless pit, Greece. It connects to coronavirus. All the variants are named after Greek letters of the alphabet. All right, Prince Philip was born in Greece. That's why Harry Maguire was arrested in Greece. He's number 6, just like Southgate. So it's your 96s. Now tell me, I've played football at a very high level, all right? What was Harry Maguire doing taking England's second penalty? That big dope. All right, there's certain penalty takers like Sergio Ramos. He takes them for his club. All right, he took them for Real Madrid. If he steps up, you expect it. All right, there's a couple of other defenders who take penalties for their clubs. You go, okay, fair enough. He's taken a penalty. Harry Maguire wasn't taking penalties for Man United, was he? So Harry Kane steps up first. Yes, England's best striker. All right, penalty taker for Spurs. Taken a lot of high-pressured penalties and scored them. Missed a lot as well, like he did in the World Cup against France. But second penalty, you get Harry Maguire. He scored the best penalty in the shootout, guys. He put it in the top corner because they're not in control of their bodies. If they were, Harry Maguire would have skied it. All right, and then we remember who missed all the other penalties for England. Who missed them? Black players. All right, Rashford, Sancho, Saka. It was the black players during Black Lives Matter. All right. Wasn't it? Because they want to start a civil war to Satan, which will happen when Trump becomes president. All right? In 2025. So, England hosted Euro 96. And who knocked them out in the semi-final? Germany. And it was in a shootout. War. Who missed the decisive penalty? Number 6, Gareth Southgate, who's, of course, England's current head coach, who gave Harry Kane the opportunity to be captain at the World Cup. All right? And he raves on about Harry Kane. Kane's England's current captain, and where's he playing right now? Germany. Who were involved in World War I, World War II? England and Germany. Pep Guardiola, he coached England. He also coached in Germany. All right? With Bayern Munich, where the Illuminati were founded. Remember, England went to Bavaria, all right, 10 days before 9/11, beat them 5-1. Number 10 scored a hat-trick, Michael Owen, and the Illuminati were founded on 5-1 in Bavaria. All right, all the players that scored for England were Liverpool players. Owen, Gerrard, Heskey. How did Emil Heskey play for England? Because it's the code. All right, he was born 1-1-1, just like Jamie Vardy was born 1-1-1. The guy who's the only player to score in 11 straight Premier League games was born on the 11th day of the year. Yes, Jamie Vardy, the guy who won the Premier League with Leicester and 7 years later got relegated with them, with perhaps a better squad than the one that won the league in 2016, which was the year Kobe retired, which was the year Trump was voted in to become president. And we know that Kobe died in a helicopter crash. So did Leicester's owner. Kobe's highest scoring game was 81 points. His full name's 81. Leicester City win the Premier League the year Kobe retires, and they win it with 81 points. King Power Stadium, Kobe with his crown tattoo. 7 years later, which is all connected to Trump, they get relegated on the last day of the season. I can't believe I have 27 likes. Honestly, I might just start doing one live stream a week. The amount of energy and research I put into this, it's a joke. Kane's son Henry was born exactly 186 weeks after Kobe Bryant died. 186, the number I've talked about for 2.5 years, because coronavirus was declared a global pandemic exactly 18 years and 6 months after 9/11. This could be a book. My goodness, just completely exposing Harry Kane. All right. Light is fast, guys. It can reach the universal speed limit, 186,000 miles per second. The United States of America was found the 186th day of the year. The Battle of Waterloo was on 18/6. All right. Big number is that 186. It, of course, connects to 24 when you add up the numbers. You know how big that number is? It was Kobe's jersey number, but it's way bigger than just that. Now, check this out for irony. All right? Check this out for irony. This stuff goes on all the time. Kane first played for a local club, Ridgeway Rovers, and joined the Arsenal Youth Academy when he was 8 years old. Read my Trump book about the number 8 as well with him. All right? He was 8 years old when he first went to Arsenal. Now, what number did the World Cup logo look like, guys? The World Cup logo, give me a woo if it looked like that. Did it look like the number 8? And when did England get knocked out? In the last 8? And the 8 is 2 snakes eating each other? All right, the World Cup logo looked like a number 8. The Meta logo looks like a number 8. Okay? It does. Messi's going to win his 8th Ballon d'Or, which I coded about 8 months ago. It's on my website. I'll repost it again. He's going to win his 8th Ballon d'Or. That code is remarkable. All right? And when I said it, it was half-decent odds. Now I'm sure he's massive favourite because he just won that ridiculous cup in the MLS. He's going to be the first MLS player to win the Ballon d'Or. All right? The US is about to go to civil war. That is why Messi is doing all these Avengers celebrations. All right? He's doing them all, isn't it? Avengers, Civil War. He goes to the US. You want to know why? Because the US, if you're living there right now, you're about to enter a civil war. You think the George Floyd incident was a civil war? It was programming you to get prepared for one. It wasn't, was it? It wasn't a civil war. All right? There was civil unrest. There's going to be a civil war, guys. Remember the US and the UK went to war in 1812, the War of 1812. It ended as a draw. The World Cup final was on 1812. I coded that England would draw with the US at 9-1, I think. And it was a draw. Do you remember? It was a draw. I told you it'd be a draw because of the War of 1812 and the World Cup final was on 1812. Research it. Sometimes that's all you need. You don't need a deep code. You just need to understand history and connect it to current events. I ain't just a guy who throws a few numbers in a calculator, guys. I study history. I study scripture. I was studying scripture yesterday, the book of Acts, with Saeed for 3.5 hours. And it was remarkable. We spent like an hour on one page. That's how deep and profound the Bible is. Every time you pick it up, you can learn something new. All right? It's incredible. And I was thinking, all these people are saying, I want to sign up for Bible study with you. To be honest with you guys, I want to keep studying the Bible before I do that. I have an immense knowledge. I speak with the Holy Spirit. I think I have the ultimate message of the Bible, but I still want to study it a little bit more before I start getting a group of people together and leading it. Remember, I only basically started reading the Bible 6 months ago. And I'm very, very, very happy with the knowledge I've acquired. Now, so he begins his playing career with Ridgeway Rovers. He joins Arsenal Youth Academy when he was 8 years old. Now, listen to this. Listen to this. I've got the image on my website here. It's funny how when he was playing for Arsenal, they were sponsored by Dreamcast. Dream, guys. All right? It was all a dream. This reality in many ways is an illusion. That's why Man United play at the Theatre of Dreams. Won more Premier Leagues than any other team. He was released after 1 season with them. All right? For being a bit chubby and not very athletic, according to Liam Brady. Interesting last name. We know Brady's just taken over at Birmingham. I said they would be on 7 points after 3 games, and they are, because he retired 7-3 in Super Bowls. Who was then in charge of Arsenal's academy, and Arsenal's all-time leading scorer is Henry. And he was named, Harry Kane's son's called Henry. Arsenal's leading scorer is Henry, which is spelled Henry. And ironically, Harry Kane has 14 goals in 16 matches against Arsenal, making him the fixture's leading scorer. So the team that released him, Harry Kane gets released by Arsenal, is there for 1 year, is a bit chubby, is not athletic, He gets turned away. What happens? He's now scored more goals in the fixture between Spurs and Arsenal than any player in history. It's interesting, eh? Isn't it? You know what I mean? Or how many Spurs fans have said that? Mocking Arsenal fans, we took Harry Kane from you. And then Harry Kane scores all these goals against Arsenal, but then Arsenal fans say, well, you've never won anything with Harry Kane. Don't be that guy anymore, guys. I'm trying to help you break the spell. Don't be the guy sat in the pub debating, well, I think Kane's better than Thierry Henry. Well, if you look statistically, this, that, and the other, you got to be joking me, son. See, Thierry Henry, he could create. He was unbelievable. What a player, my son, Thierry. It's like, don't be one of those people, those idol worshippers who's spending the weekend sat in a pub arguing about who's the better team, who's the better player, who's going to win the league. You're better than that. You're stronger than that. You're more powerful than that. That is putting you on the lowest frequency. I was the guy, guys. I was a footballer. All right. I would go to the pub and talk about those things and fantasy football. All right. And give my sacred energy to people I didn't even know. And I know most of you are still doing that. You're not just gambling either to win money. You're gambling to be entertained. You still have your favorite teams. You still want your particular team to win the Champions League or the Super Bowl or the NBA because you're still connected to them. It's an illusion. It's an illusion. People saying Arsenal can win the Premier League. They can. I like City. I know all the stuff for Arsenal. But obviously Henry wore number 14. Arsenal going for the 14th league title. Theo Walcott recently retired. He wore number 14. All right. With Arsenal. There's so many 14s for them. It's ridiculous. But I'm still sticking with City. But there's so many 14s for them if they do take it. We know it's all coded. We know they just signed number 41. And they won the Community Shield exactly 41 weeks before the season ends, the Premier League. All right. And they won the penalty shootout. Big shootout. And you've got Declan Rice who connects to war and connects to famine. All the 41s, it's just ridiculous. But I'm still sticking with City, not because I care. I just think they win because of the 68 that they have. So he gets released. He ain't good enough. He's chubby and he's not very athletic. All right. When I was playing at Bradford City, you didn't get any chubby kids on my team. It was the best players in the city when I was at Bradford. For your age group, all right, you never got a chubby player. I was there when I was young for however many years. There were never a chubby player there or a player who wasn't athletic. It was the best of the best players from the area. All right. If any of you have ever played in academy, tell me if there was a chubby player. There might have been. I doubt it. Now, Thierry Henry is in the news at the same time as Henry Kane being born because he's just made a return to management. He's taking over the French under-21 team, not 21 again. And Henry won the World Cup with France. Henry won the Euros with France. All right, he's also lost the World Cup final with France. He was part of the Invincibles with Arsenal. He's arguably the Premier League's greatest ever player, in my opinion. And now he's going to coach France under 21s. Now, who won the Euros in 1984? All right, the number I've been raving on about. Who won the Euros in 1984, guys, to win their first ever major tournament? Who was it in 1984? The Community Shield, by the way, was the 101st edition. Yep. Yeah, Chris, as soon as Spain went up after 29 minutes, the game was finishing 1-0. Of course I know. It was France. France, the home of the Jesuits. Jesuit equals 84. The Jesuit order equals 84. The first time France won a major tournament was 1984. I've just told you how that relates to the book. 1984, which is playing out. And now Thierry Henry is coaching France's under-21s team. The guy who's been all over the media, all right, on that Champions League show with Jamie Carragher and Micah Richards. Micah, by the way, is in the Bible as well. Micah. And the main host is a woman. It ain't a woman. You know it in your heart and soul. Look carefully next time you watch it, if you're going to waste your time and energy watching it. Why now all over Sky Sports or BT Sport or whatever it is, the main pundit is a woman? How long before you've got women coaching in the Premier League, which I said 2 years ago? There's already rumours that England's head coach, the women one, whose last name's Wigman, is going to take over from Southgate. I've said all of this. I know what the devil's doing. I see how he's doing everything in reverse, in the name of equality, in the name of love, in the name of equal opportunity. I've told you all of this. I see it because my word, I'm lit with the Holy Spirit. How am I able to do this live stream right now? Listen to what I'm saying. It's absolutely profound, and all glory to God, because I'm one of his messengers, it seems. All believers are. All right, the witnesses are those who've given themselves to Christ. The two witnesses of the Bible is not just two people. All right, it's the Jews and the Gentiles, the true believers in Christ, the true believers, and there ain't many. And I'm definitely one of them, because what I reveal every single day is not through Adam Edwards, is it? If you're actually paying attention to this code, who's doing this day in, day out? You want to learn this knowledge? Connect with God. You can do anything through him. I ain't taking credit for this. It seems like I know more about Harry Kane than he probably knows about himself. And I seem to know more about the royal family than they probably know about themselves. It's crazy. It don't make sense. Prior to discovering this knowledge or being connected to this knowledge, I didn't know anything about the royal family, the Catholic Church, the NFL, the NBA. All right, I didn't have a clue about history, wasn't interested in it, or wars, or economic crashes. And I got answers to practically everything now because of the Holy Spirit, guys. All right, and I still come live and I get 35 likes. What do I have to do? Put a wig on and lipstick and wear a dress, and will I then get thousands of likes and shares? Is that what I need to do? What ain't gonna happen? That ain't happening. I'm not going to sell well, you can't sell your soul. I've told you it belongs to God. Now, in the Bible, Cain was the first son of Adam and Eve, and he killed his brother Abel. Anybody here in the chat, tell me why Cain killed Abel? Anybody? I'm going to take a moment's rest, pour myself a water. Tell me why Cain killed Abel. Envy, jealousy, brilliant. Over what? Alto, token, God bless you, much love. Evie, love that you know the answer. Brilliant. Envy of what? Jealousy of what? Anger over what? Hey, O'Malley. What was he envious of? Jealousy, yeah, it's correct, but over what? Something has to trigger jealousy. My brother used to break all my trophies. Why? Because he was jealous of my talent. He broke all my football trophies, my brother. I know why, because he wanted to be able to play at the level I played at, and he couldn't. He thought by destroying my trophies that he could get some pleasure from that. God's love. Thank you, Gregory. Right. So they both gave a sacrifice to God. Okay? And God chose Abel's over Cain's. Why? Why did God reject Cain's sacrifice? For many reasons. First of all, Cain's was a non-blood sacrifice. All right? Whereas Abel's was a blood sacrifice. It was the blood of a lamb. And Abel gave, his sacrifice was his most valued possession. All right? It was the first of his flock. Cain was angry because God believed that Abel's sacrifice was holier. All right? So what happened? He killed Cain. Cain killed Abel. All right? So, envy, jealousy, anger, it's because Cain's sacrifice, it was like half-assed. Whereas Abel gave his most valuable possession. We have to give ourselves to Christ. This is why it says he will spit out lukewarm Christians. He has to be number one in your life. All right? For Cain, it wasn't. Cain was all about himself. It was all about himself. All right? Whereas Abel, he knew the power of God. And that's why he was accepted by God. Whereas Cain somewhat disrespect God. Look what happened. So then Cain kills Abel and he denied it. All right? He knew what he did because you wouldn't deny something. He knew that it was wrong. If he didn't, he would have just said, yes, I killed him. So it's to do with the heart because God judges you off your heart. All right? And that doesn't mean your good deeds. I've told you that. You don't go to heaven for your deeds. It's whether you've given yourself to Jesus Christ and you love him. You genuinely love Jesus. Study his word. He's number one in your life. That's how he judges our heart. Not because you opened the door for an 87-year-old woman while she was walking into Walmart. No, that's nice. Do those things. It's great. Spread positivity in the world. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not how we're judged. All right? So it's still a little bit more with this code. Kane made 317 appearances for Spurs. Spurs connects to war. Arsenal connects to war. Gunners connects to war. All right? 317 appearances, and 317 is the 66 prime number. Now, the book of Revelation is the 66th book of the Bible. The Church of Satan was founded in 66, which is the year that England won their only ever World Cup. The men's team, so women have never won it. They were close. Just knowing the women's now, the only two nations that have ever won the World Cup and the Euros is Germany and Spain. So Spain are going to be involved in this World War III. No doubt about it. It's funny how the upcoming Champions League finals in London, if Harry Kane's playing in that for Bayern Munich against an English team, and you may as well just put on your army boots, guys. Now, in Russia, which is obviously at war right now with Ukraine, like UK reign, Ukraine, all the Zinchenko stuff about how he went from City to Arsenal. The reason why that mediocre footballer is all over the news is just because of his numbers and his roots with the Ukraine. It's a very, 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 very average footballer, Zinchenko. All right, I'd love to go up against him. Now, in Russia, you have the 2018 World Cup, which, it began on Donald Trump's birthday, ladies and gentlemen, who obviously goes back and forth with Vladimir Putin. Now, who was the leading goal scorer? All right. Who was the leading goal scorer for England? And who was the leading goal scorer in the tournament of 2018, guys? Who was it? Who was the leading goal scorer at the 2018 World Cup? It's pretty obvious, guys. What's my live stream about? Who? Harry Kane. So I've given you all the 66s with Harry Kane. This is how many goals he got. I've just given you all of those 66s. He scored 6 goals in 6 games. Yeah? 6 in 6. 66 when England won the World Cup. 317 appearances for Spurs, least for Germany. 66 prime. England beat Germany in the 1966 World Cup final. They were captained by number 6 in a game that had 6 goals and World War II lasted 6 years. Can I get a woo? Can I get a like? Are you hearing what I'm saying here? Harry Kane got 6 goals in 6 games in Russia. Russia's gone to war with the Ukraine. All right. England won the World Cup in 66. Captained by number 6 in a final that had 6 goals. It was England against Germany. World War II lasted 6 years. All right. It's all there. It's undeniable work. It's quite frightening how good this work is. Messi won the World Cup 6 months and 6 days before his 36th birthday, and 6 times 6 is 36. 666 is the 36 triangle number. 6 times 6 is 36. Book of Revelation, 66th book of the Bible. It's about the end times. It's playing out. The Church of Satan was founded in 66, the year that number 6 lifted the trophy, wearing red. What do you want from me? What more do you want from me? Revelation 13:18 is how 666 is the number of the beast. Kobe Bryant died at age 41, the 13th prime, with his 13-year-old daughter, and Kobe made his NBA debut at age 18. There's your Revelation 13:18. The guy who had a 666 workout plan, highest scoring game, 666 game, and he dies 497 months and 3 days old, 4973, 666 prime. That's why Prince Philip died on 4/9 and he was married for 73 years. Ooh, ooh. Why is the first day in office for the 47th US president exactly 666 months after the moon landing? Why was the NHS founded 6,660 days after the founder of the Church of Satan was born? 666? Oh, the NHS is a great service because it's free. Why do you think it's free? Why did I write a book about Donald Trump and then about a week afterwards we have Hurricane Hillary that comes to where I live? And Trump beat Hillary to win the 2016 election. Can't see how the connections. Yeah, I told you Harry Kane sounds like Hurricane. Watch my video about Austin Powers, whose father was Michael Kane, who was the father of Austin Powers and Dr. Evil. And we've got all this stuff about lasers. $1 billion. All right. The guy who looks like the leader of the World Economic Forum, Dr. Evil. But there's more, guys. So when England scored all those goals in the 2018 World Cup, Kane scored 6 times in 6 games for England, leading the Three Lions to the semi-finals of the World Cup for the first time since 1990. Well, was that the tournament when England got knocked out by Germany? When Gascoigne started crying? When Lineker cuddled Gascoigne? Because it's all the show. That 1990, was that the year that George Bush Sr. said there's going to be a new world order, and he said it on 9/11? And then exactly 11 years later, his son's the president during 9/11, which almost brought in a new world order. It somewhat did with the surveillance state of the world after that. Not quite what they probably wanted. 1990, who lost that final? Was it Maradona? He did, didn't he? Did Argentina get beat by Germany 1-0? I think that's what happened. And the 1990 World Cup final, Germany versus Argentina, number 10, Maradona, the captain, all 5'5" of him. Lothar Matthäus, number 10, the captain. And he finishes 1-0 like 10. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. 32 years later, number 10 wins the World Cup. Messi. Now, Messi's played in 2 World Cup finals, right? He's played in 2 World Cup finals. Who beat Messi and Argentina in the 2014 World Cup final? Who? And what was the score? What more do you want? 2014 World Cup final. Who played? Who won? What was the score? Germany. They beat Argentina. What was the score? 1-0. Remember Mario Götze scored in extra time? 113 minutes. Coronavirus declared a pandemic on 11-3. Yeah, 1-0. So Messi lost a World Cup final to Germany 1-0. Maradona lost a World Cup final to Germany 1-0. It's interesting, isn't it? Messi lost it 24 years after Maradona lost it. 24, read my Trump book. Huge number at 24, eh? That's why I said Leicester would go 3-0-0 this season, and they did. 24th triangular number. All their numbers connect to number 24 Kobe, because Leicester are going to get promoted, like I've said. For all you people who want to bet out there. Yeah, Götze scored that goal. The most important goal of his career disappeared after that. Couldn't play football anymore. Really? Jeff Hurst wasn't even starting for England in 1966, but he started the final, scores a hat-trick, and he was on the bench the majority of the tournament. There's 3 players. I'll ask you this. There's 3 players that have scored hat-tricks in World Cups for England. Who are they? Guys, ping the like button. Come on. Come on. I'm not asking you for super chats or to send me money. All right? I'm not one of those YouTubers that's constantly saying, send me money, guys. I'm saying, hit the like. Click. Who are the 3 players for England who've scored hat-tricks in World Cups? There's only 3 for World War III. Lineker's won, brilliant. Lineker. Owen, no, never scored a hat-trick in a World Cup. Scored a hat-trick against Germany, but not in a World Cup. Hurst, yep. Mbappe is not English, Alto. He's actually African. I think he's from Cameroon. He's not even French. So you've got Lineker and you've got Hurst. Who's the other one? Well, Rangers beating PSV. Interesting. What a joke. Shearer, no. He was the leading scorer in Euro 96 with 5 goals. Never scored a hat-trick in a World Cup. Who is it? You're going to kick yourselves. You got Jeff Hurst in 66. All right. You got Lineker. Who's the other one? Lampard? No. Lampard connects to the lamp stands in the Bible, by the way. Best? No, he was Irish from Northern Ireland, never played in a World Cup. O'Malley's nailed it. Harry Kane, guys. I knew you wouldn't tell me that. Harry Kane. He scored a hat-trick against Panama. 6-1. Panama. I've played against Panama with Hollywood. We drew 1-1. Sorry for doing that, but it was 1-1. I've played against Panama. England beat them 6-1. Even Jesse Lingard scored in that game, guys. I know all of this. I don't even watch it anymore. Harry Kane scored an hat-trick. Missed a penalty, ain't he? Because he's very average footballer at best. Jeff Hurst, Lineker, and Kane. Now, obviously, you've got Lineker, who's the host of Match of the Day. He played with Maradona at Barcelona. Guys, it's all connected. It's remarkable, man. Give me a woo if you're going to buy any of my books, guys, after this live stream. Give me a woo if you're going to purchase a book. Now, listen to this. Kane scored an hat-trick in that 2018 World Cup versus Panama. And Hurst got his hat-trick against West Germany, 66. Lineker got his hat-trick against Poland, all right, in 86, which is the year I was born and the year that Maradona won the World Cup. 86. Remember, Argentina just won the World Cup final one day after Argentine Pope turned 86. Won it for the first time in 36 years. They came in with 36 games undefeated. Maradona died with 36 days left in the year. He died 11-25. 11 plus 25 is 36. Messi won the World Cup in the 36th year of his life. All right. Argentina's coach won the World Cup final 306 days after his birthday. 666, the 36th try. 6 times 6, 36. Messi wins the World Cup 6 months and 6 days before he turns 36. All right. Now, Lineker's hat-trick was against Poland. Somebody tell me the connection between Germany and Poland. What's the connection between Germany and Poland? Connection between Germany and Poland. Anybody? Germany invaded Poland. Hitler invaded Poland. So Lineker's hat-trick was against Poland. Jeff Hurst's hat-trick was against Germany. Interesting, eh? I don't know what the Panama connection is with Harry Kane's hat-trick. I'm sure there will be a deep one. But how remarkable, eh? Harry Kane was born, okay, on the anniversary of World War I beginning. It's just baffling. Now, Henry Kane, his fourth child, was born exactly 49 weeks before Harry Kane's birthday. 49. 4 times 9 is 36. Revelation equals 49. Antichrist equals 49. 1984, the book was released in 1968 on April the 9th, 49. Prince Philip, Queen Elizabeth's husband, died on 4/9. Wow. Harry Kane has 84 appearances for England. So his son Henry was born whilst his dad has 84 appearances for England. 1984. World Cup. 8 groups of 4. Obama born on 8/4, which is the 216th day of the year. 6 times 6 times 6. Whew. Just know 49 connects to 77. 7 times 7 is 40. Oh my word, I have 49 likes. I have 49 likes and 66 in the live. That's what I'm saying. It might be different your end. 7 times 7 is 49. The London bombings were on 7/7. Boris Johnson was the 77th Prime Minister and he resigned on 7/7. And England got to the Euro 2020 final on 7/7. They lost the final on 11/7. 11 times 7 is 77. Flight 77 connects to 9/11. All right, and the Pentagon. Donald Trump right now is 77. So is Bill Clinton. So is George Bush. Flight 77 hit the 77-foot-tall Pentagon on the 77th Meridian West, 77 minutes after it took off. Brady, who's the greatest player in the NFL? Brady, what year was he born? 77. All right. Who's the most famous rapper right now? Arguably Kanye West, born 77. "1,018 days before the Georgia Guidestones were erected, and Luke 10:18 is how Satan was cast out of heaven like a lightning bolt." Is that why lightning struck the basilica exactly 84 years after Vatican City was founded? Woo! England's next 2 games are Ukraine and Italy. Would that be his 86th appearance? Yeah, his 86th appearance is going to be against Italy. And I'm sure he'll score against the Ukraine. Boris Johnson resigned 77 days after the Queen's birthday. Brilliant. Guys, what is this? I've got a little bit more. Give me a woo and hit the like if you want me to finish off this presentation. Guys, if you're not on my website, I'm going to put the link in the description for you. Give you the opportunity to learn all of this stuff for literally 35 cents a day. 35 cents. All right, where is it? I know a lot of you are probably already there. So my code for the Champions League will be on my website, mate. I ain't going to give it out here. Rangers 2, PSV 2, another 22. All right, there's a little bit more I've got for you. All right. What day of the year? You might not know this. Somebody like Alto probably knows. Cheers, O'Malley, for the encouragement. 4-9. See if you know it off the top of your head. 4-9. What day of the year is that? What day of the year is April the 9th? 99th. I knew Alto would know it. How old was Prince Philip when he died? There's no way Arsenal will fold it at 1. I coded them to win and Odegaard to score. So Prince Philip died at age 99 on the 99th day of the year on 4-9. Henry Kane was just born exactly 49 weeks before Harry Kane's birthday. Now, what number is Harry Kane for Bayern Munich and what number is Harry Kane for England? Can't believe this is just... I've got a nightmare. I've got to do washing up after this. Is number 9 for Bayern Munich and what number is he for England? 9. 99, correct? 9 for England, 9 for Bayern. 99. 4-9, 99th day of the year. Prince Philip dies at age 99 on the 99th day of the year. Right. Now, Alto. What's this, guys, in math? What does it equal? What does that equal? $99. Now, how many days was it that Elizabeth died after coronavirus was declared a global pandemic? How many days was it? Elizabeth died September the 8th, 2022, 911 days after coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. 99 red balloons, yep. And who won the treble in 99, Happy Face Man, for your 99 red balloons? Who won the treble in 99? And what colour were their jerseys? It's all connecting. Man United. Yep, they wear red. The Red Devils flip those 9s. 6, 6, 6. Man United won the treble with Jonathan Greening, Wes Brown, Philippa Neville. It's actually a comedy that squad won the treble. Nicky Butt, players like that you're going to convince yourself are amazing. All right. That team won the treble. You're going to tell me how good they were. They were so good, though, weren't they? Were they? Was that squad really that good? It won. Come on. You can remember 4-9s on the 99th day because 10-4 is the 100th day. 100, yeah. 10 is the 4th triangular number. I was born on the 104th day of the year. So it's easy for me to know 4-9 because I was born 4-14. So a tiny little bit more for you because I've just spoke about Man United. I have to bring in David Beckham. So Kane's son was born 9 days after Kane verbally signed the contract and accepted the deal with Bayern Munich. 9, number 9. Signed with Bayern Munich 9 days before his son was born. George Orwell's 1984 book was his 9th and final book, and then he died right after. Now, who scored Man United's goals in the 99 Champions League final. We know it finished 2-1. I've told you Hitler died exactly 21 years before the Church of Satan was founded. Ole Gunnar scored the winning goal. Gunnar, Guns, the Norwegian. And who equalised? Beckham took a corner. Solskjaer flicked it. No. That was the Beckham took a corner. Sheringham flicked it. Solskjaer scored. Who made it 1-1? Sheringham. The guy who was born 4-2-66. Can I get a woo? England won the World Cup final 4-2 in 66. Teddy Sheringham was born 4-2-66. Woo-woo. Now, Sheringham and Solskjaer, this is what their nickname was. SAS. Is that the war? Is that war, SAS? That's what they also did with Shearer and Sutton when they won the Premier League with a mediocre Blackburn team. SAS. War in Gematria equals 21. It finished 2-1. SAS, guys, is a special air service. All right? It's a special forces unit in the British Army. And in 1999, SAS, Sheringham and Solskjaer get the winning goals, and a 2-1 win on War gets you 21. War, VAR. All VAR is surveillance, guys. All that is like 1984, it's surveillance. VAR is watching, isn't it? Technology is watching for everything to see if you make a mistake, and now you're going to start getting sent off. You're going to start seeing teams being like 9 against 9. Let's see how many games that happens this season. You've heard it here first, as usual. See how many games this season where it's 9 against 9 on the field. 2 players get sent off from each team. That's where it's going. A player's going to go, really, ref? Yellow card. What? Sending off. It's going to get to that point. If you question authority, so you've not fouled and you've said, ref, come on, I've not touched him. Yellow. But I didn't touch. Off you go. And your pundits are going to go, hey, it's about time. This needs to happen right now because these referees have not received any respect. So they're all going to justify it. The player's going to get sent off and go, oh, well, yeah, fair enough. The laws of the game did tell me that I'm not allowed to answer back to the referee. So rightfully so, I received my matching orders. It won't happen again. And then the fans listen to these people and will go, yeah, why, hey, man, that's the rules of the game now, like. He's answered the ref back, like. And then that's how it works. To the point where it just becomes accepted, to the point where you're watching 9 against 9, and you just go, that's the way the game is now. It's actually more enjoyable because there's going to be more space. You'll justify anything and not actually see what it's about. VAR is surveillance. It's about where the world's going, where soon you'll be in your own home and they'll know exactly what you're doing. They want to get to the point, Satan wants to know exactly what you're thinking because he doesn't have that gift. Can I get a woo? God's omnipresent. God is all-knowing, all-seeing. He's everywhere at one time. Satan can't be. He doesn't have that gift. So he can't read our minds. He somewhat knows our fears through the algorithm. He knows what triggers our fears. We don't like war. We don't like pandemics. We don't like death. All right. We don't like destruction. We don't like violence. All right. We can trigger those negative emotions in people through the mainstream media, can't we? So what he wants to do is provide technology where not only are they going to witness everything we're doing, They're going to know what we're thinking. So when this technology comes into schools and you think it's all exciting and it's so expensive, but the government are going to fund it, don't let your child wear one of those headsets where the teacher can read the child's mind. This X-Men stuff, which is coming, refuse it. And just say, only God can read my mind. All right? Not these palm readers, this new age bullshit. All right? Only God can read my mind. No technology is ever going to be given that opportunity. But that's what is going on. This is what I'm saying about the world and professional sports. Why do I code them? Is it to make money for everybody? Oh, it's nice when that happens for them. I don't bet. It's so beyond that with the level that I'm going. When I promote my website, it's not so you win money. It's to invest $10 in knowledge. Do you know what I mean? Which is somewhat priceless. Now, I'm going to finish with this. Leicester, the 24th different winners of the Football League, won the 24th season of the Premier League. Yeah, no, Leicester are going back up, mate. I've got that. That's why they started the season 3-0-0, 24th triangular number. Leicester are going up. They probably win the league, but they're going back up. And there's a good chance that Southampton will go back up. Why? Because they're the Saints and they went down and they can rise again. That would be a great example of mocking Jesus Christ. All right? The Saints go down to rise again. So Southampton, Leicester might go straight back up. But my team to go back up before the season began is Leicester. They have all the 24s. All right? More than you can imagine. Elon Musk and Neuralink will bring in transhumanism. No, Satan will. Don't give credit to Elon Musk. Elon Musk is working for the devil. Transhumanism is in the Bible. This is what I'm saying. Back in the 40s, when we had the wars, all right, early 19th century, there wasn't transhumanism. There wasn't the technology. There wasn't AI. You can't compare back then with what's going on now. Okay? You need a cup of tea. I had one earlier. I'm running out of tea bags, though. I'll finish off with this. Get this man some tea and chocolate. Yeah, guys, sort me out with some tea and chocolate. Leicester have to go 44 for the +44 dialing code. Yeah, very possible. Listen to this. George Orwell died 121. Revelation equals 121. Antichrist equals 121. Remember, he released 1984 and 49. Revelation, Antichrist gets you 49 and 121. 11 times 11 is 121. I told you Harry Kane was born the anniversary of World War I, beginning. Remembrance Day is a Memorial Day observed in Commonwealth member states on 11/11 since the end of the First World War in 1919. Of course. 1919. To honor armed forces members who've died in the line of duty. That's why you have COVID-19, guys. AI in gematria is 19. A is the first letter, I is the ninth. The day is also marked by war remembrances in several other non-Commonwealth countries. Now, 11/11 connects to the Queen. How? How does it connect to the Queen? I'll tell you why. Because her funeral was 11 days after she died at 11 a.m. Right? Who has a funeral 11 days after and have it begin at 11? All right? And Remembrance Day is 11/11, which honors those who lost their life during World War I. Remember, England under 21s just won the Euros, and they won the final in Georgia. Georgia, George Orwell, George Floyd, Georgia Guidestones, George Bush, Prince George. England women's World Cup campaign began on Prince George's 10th birthday, and they beat Haiti 1-0 like 10, and then they lost the final 1-0 like 10. Lockdowns come in. What are you going to do about it? You're going to play along? Are you going to read a Bible whilst you're at home? Realize that biblical prophecy is playing out? Are you going to sit on your ass watching the mainstream media telling you how much you're going to die? Or how good you are? What a good citizen you're being by staying at home and staying safe. How did that work last time? When there was increases in domestic violence, substance abuse, all right, depression, heart attacks. Stay home, stay safe, guys. Hey? We'll see how you all play along with it. If you're at a point where you're willing to lose everything like me, you ain't going to be concerned when they say, well, if you don't receive this, you ain't going to be able to travel. You ain't going to be able to go to this game. You can't go to the movies. You're not going to be able to enter here. Fine. I don't give a shit about your satanic system. What are you going to do? Kick me out of the apartment? Kick me out. Fine. I'll see it as a badge of honor. That's why I'm saying to you, I say, when I promote my work and stuff and my books and my website, who knows how long we have the internet? Who knows how long I'll be able to pay for it if I'm cast out of society? Whilst I'm here doing what I'm doing at this level, take advantage of it. It's coming, guys. We know there's going to be another pandemic. We know there's going to be more lockdowns. All right. We know there's going to be more travel restrictions. There's going to be more food shortages. You know it's coming. How are you building your armor for it? Yeah, don't worry. Guys, I did a whole live stream for you all to have no fear. God is going to connect with a lot more people in the next few years. I'm telling you, more people are going to come to God. The more that the media trying to destroy Christianity. By the way, I've told you Islam's Satan. The more I've studied it, it's Satanism is Islam. Sorry if you're in the chat and you're a devout Muslim, but you're worshipping the devil. You better read it carefully. Did Muhammad have sex when he was 9 years old? I'm pretty sure he did from what I read. Maybe somebody can back me up. 9 years old. So I'll do one more thing. There's no point guessing when this lockdown is going to begin. It'll be the dark winter. They're going to put you in lockdown, and what's going to happen? All right? You'll be put in lockdown, you'll be at home, and what's going to happen? Kenya's good. She's good. Thank you for asking. I'm going to Mexico City with her soon. They're going to take your electricity off. You're going to have your dark winter. Your lockdown is going to be when you don't have electricity. That's what's going to happen. So you're going to be left in your house with no electricity. Like most people's worst nightmare. Stuck at home with no electricity. Look out for that dark winter. Get a flashlight. Even if you're in these developed countries, get a flashlight, buy some candles, buy a Bible. That's all you're going to need. Get some basic food, dry fruit, tuna. Just plan it, guys. You might think it was never going to happen in our country. It is. It's going to be worldwide. All right? It will be everywhere. It'll be in every nation. Not just in certain parts of the world. But every nation. Famine, wars, death, pandemics. Every nation. So get prepared. Now listen to this. You all do know that David Beckham's a female, don't you? And that Posh Spice is a man. You are aware of that? Yeah? Give me a word if you're aware of that. Remember, David Beckham married Posh Spice in 1999, the year he won the treble. They called him the Spice Boy. She's the Spice Girl. It's the mockery that they give to you. All right, just know they're under demonic possession. So what goes on the field is not to do with the actual athlete. It's the code. It's the ritual. It's the black magic. All right? The gender's irrelevant. All right? You got to understand that. You'll get that eventually. The deeper you go into this. Stuff I've been saying about this is coming to fruition. We just had a man playing the Women's World Cup. We just had a open trans win a Grammy. All right. Beyonce's impersonator is a man. Open. It's all coming out like I said it would, isn't it? So don't be shocked when it all really comes out. So you've got this, right? Chances of this are baffling. 11-year-old Harry Kane, 11, met England hero. Again, please tell me how anybody's a hero for kicking a ball, throwing a ball, pinging a ball with a golf club. How are they heroes, guys? Can somebody explain that? Tell me how David Beckham's a hero for playing some 50-yard diags. Is he a hero because he couldn't beat a player? Because he wasn't fast enough or technically gifted enough to beat a player? Does that make him a hero? Is he a hero because he's had, 30 different hairstyles? How's David Beckham a hero? Because he scored a few amazing free kicks. He's a hero? How are they heroes? What have they done? Well, because he got sent off in 98 for kicking out at Simeone. He's a hero because he overcame it. They're not heroes, are they, guys? Bronze looks like a bloke because it's a bloke. That's why. So Harry Kane met David Beckham at age 11, right? Don't diss Becks, he's a proper legend, man. I hope you're being sarcastic. So Harry Kane met Beckham at age 11, right? Listen to this. With his schoolgirl pal, who would become his wife. So he's met Beckham at age 11 at the David Beckham Academy. And he's there with his classmate at the time, who is now his wife, who I think is his sister, by the way. I've said this, and I ain't joking. All right? Fast forward 13 years, the babyface footballer will follow in Beckham's footsteps by leading England to a World Cup. Just like Beckham did. Remember Beckham got sent off against Argentina and then he scored the winning penalty against them? Where he just kicked it down the middle and he runs off. You remember that one? He got sent off against Argentina and then he got the winning penalty against them. Do you remember? Yeah, you do remember that, don't you? You remember the penalty he got against Argentina? And they said it was retribution for Beckham. It's like, oh, man. And now who's the owner of Inter Miami? And who's the best player? Messi, the greatest player in the world, the Argentinian. I am at a point where I want to laugh. If I don't laugh now, I'm just going to lose my mind. Where did Messi make his name? Barcelona. Where did Beckham win the treble? In the Nou Camp. Oh. Now, Eve, I use the sport to show you how reality is coded. Okay? I've done a range of videos. I've done all sorts of videos about the Bible, about coronavirus, about wars, about society, about cognitive dissonance, about the Catholic Church, about sports, every sport you can imagine, about the world of celebrity, about the mainstream media, about the moon landing. What more do you want? About politics. I throw it all in there for you, baby, for free. You know what I mean? So please don't tell me how to do my show, baby. I'll talk about what I want to talk about. Okay? I don't have a script. I'm not hosting a TV show. I just talk. The Holy Spirit guides me. So, do you want more? Kane and his wife, they attended Chingford. All right. They attended Chingford Foundation School. The same school that David Beckham attended. Harry Kane went to the same school as David Beckham and his wife. Harry Kane went to the same school as David Beckham and his wife went. I've got a book about Donald Trump, Evie, if you want to buy it, if you want to learn about world leaders. I have a book about Trump, which covers world leaders. So you can purchase that if you really want to know about world leaders. Then go set up your own YouTube channel and talk about world leaders then, Evie. Yeah, McAllister's red card got overturned. I told you he was in the headlines because his Argentina teammate was going to win that League Cup final. And that's why he was in the news. He was in the news for getting sent off. Alvarez was in the news for scoring the winning goal against Newcastle, the Argentines. Of course, it was just foreshadowing Argentine Messi winning that trophy. So, you're a funny lad, Adam. Yeah, I am. So this is all coincidence, isn't it? Well, is this a coincidence? Is this a coincidence? Osama bin Laden, okay? Tell me it was real or not real, or it was Osama, he was just a member of the FBI, it was a fictional character. Say whatever you want. Osama bin Laden, we are told by the mainstream media, which many of you still watch and worship, we're told that he was responsible for 9/11. Thank you, Karen. Much love. I appreciate that. We're told he was the mastermind behind 9/11, correct? Osama bin Laden. Okay. He died May the 2nd, 2011. Okay? He died on David Beckham's 36th birthday. (666), the 36 triangular number. Osama bin Laden died on David Beckham's 36th birthday. He died in 2011. He died in 2011. Now, when did the recent World Cup begin? Anybody? When did the World Cup begin? What date? Evie, one more comment and you're banned from the channel. Do I make myself clear? Who cares? This, that, and the other. Do you want to be banned from the channel? I'll just ban you right now. If you say you don't care, then I'll just ban you. Like that. So yeah, it began on 2011. 2011. So Osama bin Laden died in 2011. 2011. The World Cup began 2011 on Joe Biden's 80th birthday. It also began on the 75-year anniversary of Prince Philip marrying Queen Elizabeth. Why do you think Beckham's out in the US right now? Where did 9/11 take place? You know. Exactly, Dirk. If people show me a lack of respect on my YouTube channel, going forward now, just so you all know, all right, just so you all know very clearly now, If you actively show me disrespect for, I'm giving you, how long am I in? An hour and a half, incredible knowledge, making some of you laugh, giving you information you can't find anywhere else. Anyone who comes into my lives now and attempts to disrespect me, like this Evie, you'll be gone. Just so you know, it's a warning. I know you can all say, oh, don't do that. Let everybody say what they want to say. All right? Because you're falling for that whole Satan. You know what I mean? Just don't judge anybody. Let everybody say what they want to say. Free will. No, if you come into my stream when I'm giving you this incredible knowledge for free every day, and you start calling me out or giving me your nonsense, you'll be gone. Right? You don't have to respect me. Like, yeah, exactly, Alto. You don't have to respect me. You don't have to praise me. You don't have to compliment me. You don't have to give me super chats. You don't have to tell me how great my books are. But don't you dare come in telling me how to do my work. Set up your own channel. Talk about world leaders. Stop talking about sports. Set up your own channel. Learn some knowledge yourself, and you do it. You know what I mean? It's like somebody's invited you around to their house, right? They're going to cook you a meal. All right? They're a really good chef, fantastic chef, extremely talented like I am at presenting my work. All right? I've invited you into the house, cooking your meal, and Evie comes in. Ew. Don't be cooking steak, potatoes, and salad. Oh, my God. All right? I want sea bass. I want sea bass. Oh, my word. You know what I'd say to you, Evie? Piss off. You either have this steak or you leave right now. How disrespectful. I'm cooking for you. I've invited you into my house. I'm giving you it all for free. Can't you cook something else? That's what you sound like. Those people irritate me. My goodness, do something. The complainers in this world who whine, who bring nothing to the table, man. Nothing. Nothing. Alto pops up. Amazing guy, amazing codes. He adds to my codes. All right, there's a few other people that do that. But then there's these other people. Please read my comment. If you don't read my comment, you're a jerk. Set up your own channel. Set up your own channel and present your own work. What I'm saying is legit there. Oh, you're being a jerk. Illusion, don't be a jerk to him. No. Have him set up his own channel, present his work, instead of getting me to read out his work. How am I being a jerk? Woo! I ain't being a jerk because I ain't a jerk. I'm a good guy. I'm a genuine guy. I'm an honest guy. But if someone wants to be an ass, can be an ass somewhere else. Stop it. You're complaining. That comment is a complaint, Evie. Stop it. You're complaining. It's a complaint. And you're telling me to stop complaining, but you saying stop it. Stop complaining is a complaint. Oh, the world is backwards right now. Baby. You know what I mean? It really is. Oh, man, I'm almost in tears here. Stop complaining. That is a complaint. You're complaining about me complaining. Oh, baby! Woo! I need a bit more water. That's a classic, man. You've got to giggle sometimes, guys. You can't be that serious all the time with people. There's too many jokers in the world. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. All right. Did you know this? Harry Kane claimed second place in the Premier League all-time scoring charts on 5/6/2023. That was the day that King Charles was coronated. The day King Charles was coronated was the day Harry Kane became the second all-time leading scorer in the Premier League, behind Alan Shearer, who was obviously the leading goal scorer at Euro 96. Again, Alan Shearer, was he that good? Was he a great footballer? No, he wasn't, guys. And why is he in the media? Just like Gary Lineker on Match of the Day. Michael Owen's a pundit. Another one. Have you heard some of the stuff he said? Have you heard some of the stuff Michael Owen said? Sorry, Evie, I'm talking about Michael Owen as a football player. Maybe I shouldn't. But I'm going to do it anyway. Why? Because it's my channel. So Michael Owen has come out and said some of the most ridiculous comments in commentary. He once said, the team that scores the most goals will win the game. He said that. The team that scores the most goals will win the game. These people, how much money are they getting paid to be pundits? To say comments like that? It's just comical, man. Exactly, Alto. You've got to find humor in where the world is right now. There has to be, otherwise you would lose your mind. Yeah, Gary Neville's job's to whinge. Roy Keane's job is to be angry. Micah Richards' job is to attempt to make you laugh because they all have the characters. Henri's job is to be cool and sophisticated and be better than everybody else. Who else are pundits? Robbie Savage's job is to wind you up. Chris Sutton's job is to complain, similar to Roy Keane. What it is, Gary Lineker's just the facilitator who's supposed to be charming and somewhat funny, which he isn't. They all have their own little roles, don't they? Carragher's just trying to be a comedian, and he ain't funny. So, yeah, they play characters like they do on the pitch, just like they do in the studio. Sturridge is now playing the whole, like, Generation Z character. So he's going to annoy Roy Keane. Then you're going to see more and more videos of Roy Keane pulling these faces while Sturridge is dancing and doing all of that. And it's like, might as well, like, watch the In-Betweeners. Like, it's a show. Like, everything on your TV is a show. It's just a show. And you think people, sorry for judging, guys, but people think it's real. They think that these pundits sat down having a conversation. They think that it's like what I do. The camera turns on. There's just four of them in a studio having a laugh and talking. Every word that comes out of their mouth is rehearsed. Especially if they know where the game's going to go before it even happens. You remember in the under-21 final, Palmer, Man City's player, he said straight to the camera was just on him. Straight on the camera, he goes, Trafford's going to save this. He's going to save it. Watch. This is the under-21 final where England beat Spain on penalties. Camera goes to him. He goes, he's going to save this. Just watch. Saved it. They won. Oh, Palmer can read the future. Maybe. Maybe he already knew. Yeah, Ferdinand tries to sound intelligent. He's another one that he can barely talk. Oh, that's real Ferdinand. Big lips. Barely understand what he's saying either. Okay, they wind me up. I don't watch it. Thank you, O'Malley. So, yeah, they're just characters, guys. Yeah, there's people saying the NFL isn't scripted. It ain't scripted by man, Token. Yeah, I've just done a code about Vivek. He has the same birthday as Roy Hodgson. Yeah, I've just put it on my website, Alto. I don't think you're there. You probably don't need to be there with your gifts. But I've actually done a big code about it. It's on the website. The mark of the beast, it's just Babylon's going to be the world, guys. People are saying the US is Babylon or the UK. Babylon will be the whole world. The whole world is pretty much Babylon now. The whole world's pretty much Sodom and Gomorrah now. So it won't be necessarily one specific person or one specific country. The whole world will just get to a point where Every single nation is going to need this mark to function in society. And most people will likely get it, won't they? What's for dinner? I don't know. I think I'm taking my girlfriend out for dinner tonight. If that's okay with Evie. If she allows me to go out for dinner. I had a bit of HP sauce earlier. I had an egg bacon tomato sandwich with a cup of tea. I would say I've got one more serving of HP sauce left, which is pretty heartbreaking, guys. Now check this out. I told you that Harry Kane became the second all-time leader in Premier League scoring charts the day King Charles was coronated. That was the day that Man City beat Leeds and Haaland was born in Leeds. And Charles was touring Yorkshire around that time. Kane scored 213 Premier League goals. Super Bowl 56, like 5-6, was played on 2-1-3. It ended 2023. Kane leaves the Premier League in 2023 with 213 Premier League goals. Remember number 3 opened the scoring in Super Bowl 56, World War III, guys. Kane scored his first goal for Bayern Munich 3 weeks exact after his birthday. Yes, he did. World War III. Harry Kane and his wife now have 4 children. World War II lasted 4 years. 4 Horsemen is all about death, famine, war, and conquest. So, Dr. 876, I told you that would all happen. I warned you all of this. Listen. Listen carefully to what I'm saying here. I told you all that, yeah, Kobe's going to be 45 tomorrow. World War II ended in 45. Trump, 45th president. Hitler died in 45 compared to Trump. There'll be a lot of 9s tomorrow. 45, the 9th triangular number. Kobe's highest scoring game, 81 points, which is 9 times 9. Spent his career in California, which was founded 9/9. 9 people died in the helicopter crash that involved him. Inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame, 135th day of the year. 1 + 3 + 5 is 9. There'll be a lot of 9s tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm going to say. Look out for 9s if you're coding. Loads of 9s. So, I've lost what I was going to say now. This is what happens. Jeez, what was I talking about before somebody brought up Kobe? Where was I going with this, guys? Somebody remind me. What was I talking about, Kane? There it was. So somebody's just sent me a video they're saying on Instagram about an NBA player admitting that the game is rigged. I warned you about this. Remember, 9's the number of completion. It's the last single-digit number. I told you this would happen. You're going to see more and more athletes come out and say the games are scripted. Give me a woo if you remember me saying that. I told you, you're going to get more and more athletes come out saying it's scripted and be open about it. And the media are going to show you it. Now, why do you think I told you that? Have a guess before I tell you why. Why now are more and more athletes coming out saying it's scripted? Why do you think? Your opinion, I'll tell you, man. Players are told to perform lies. Well, I don't think that's the answer. I think they do lie. I think they are liars for sure. I don't think that's the reason. To discredit people who think it's scripted, somewhat, yeah, I agree with that comment. To put it in your face and mock you, I don't believe so. Adam, I tell people we already have a one world government. Am I right? Yes. But it's not public. It's not being revealed, but yes, all the world leaders work together. So technically it's a one world government. I think a one world government will officially be a one world government when there's no longer countries and there's no borders. That's when we'll know it's one world, when there's no countries. Right, I'll tell you what it is. This code within our reality, who do I say is behind the code? Who do I say is behind the code? Do I say it's man? Do I say man's behind the code? Yes or no? Do I say that man is behind the code? I say it's God, correct? Give me an amen if I say it's God. Because amen is a beautiful word, whatever people say. Amen's an Egyptian God. God is control of the code, right? Satan's infiltrated it, but God's always in control. Everything Satan does, he needs permission from God. So they're going to start telling you that man, Vegas, corrupt owners are scripting the sports, right? I've told you the level in which I've coded, there's no way man's writing the script. There's no way Vegas is behind it. It's impossible. But if they tell you it's man, if they once again tell you, like, all right, what did they do with FIFA, guys? FIFA? I can't believe I'm still going live. What did they say about FIFA recently? Do I believe in the rapture? Yes. I believe those believers in Christ will rise to heaven. I do. Yes, I do. What did they say about FIFA recently? Or why was the World Cup in Qatar? Why was the World Cup in Qatar? What did they say? All right, it's a rigged World Cup. But why did they choose Qatar? Why did FIFA choose Qatar? What did they try and tell you? Thank you, Alto. It's money, yeah? FIFA chose Qatar because they wanted to make money from the Arabs, correct? Nothing to do with the Middle East or the home of Jesus Christ or the biblical element of it or why all these players are gone. All right. So why are all these players gone to Saudi Arabia, guys, according to the media? It's not a computer reality. It's God. Stop giving credit to artificial intelligence. Why are they all going to Saudi Arabia? Money? So look deeper. Pay attention to what I'm saying with the Holy Spirit. The World Cup wasn't in Qatar for money. Ronaldo, Neymar, whoever it may be, Benzema, are not going to Saudi Arabia for money. It's biblical. Okay? So what you're going to get now, which I warned you all about before anybody, which I've done, I don't know how many times I've done this. Pro athletes are all going to start coming out saying it's rigged. They tell us what to do, play for play. All right? Or they'll say this to you. Guys, ping that like button. 70 in the live. Give it a ping. Ping it. I don't have my little mods in the chat that tell people to hit the like button and support my website. I don't have anybody doing that for me. All right? I have to say it, just like Joseph has to tell you to hit the like or donut. Nobody else does it for them. I have to do it. So I don't like doing it, but it's got to be done to get some traction for my work. Right. Where was I going with this? Let me just try and recall it. Thank you if you're hitting the like right now. I do appreciate it. All right. It ain't for my ego, guys. Come on. We know that. I don't go to bed thinking I got 90 likes today. It ain't about that. It's about justifying why I'm doing this work and if it's worthy of my time. So I was talking about Qatar. I was talking about the Middle East. I was talking about the NFL and it being corrupt and they're given scripts. Right. So do we really believe that every single player in every single league, in every single nation, at all levels, are being given scripts for every player, including the substitutes and the referees and the linemen and the commentators and the pundits and the mainstream media and the owners wives and the players' wives? The list goes on and on. They're all being given a script every day as to what to do. Like, you're all right. Listen, Ben Chilwell, come over here, mate. It's time to go through your script. Okay. Give me 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. All right. Here's what's going to happen, Ben. All right. We got West Ham today. Yeah. We got West Ham. Yeah. So we got West Ham. You're going to start, obviously. You're going to start left back. All right. What I need from you today is this. Okay. Tell me. Go on. What is it? Ben Chilwell is so calm. That's why I'm doing the voice. So go on. Okay. Well, go on. Tell me. All right. So what's going to happen, Chilwell? All right. Is you're going to start left back. right? This is what I need from you. All right, you might need to mark it down. You might need to write this down. Okay, I need you to do 77 completed passes. All right, okay, got it, Gaffer. All right, what else? Yeah, I also need you to make 3 interceptions. Yeah, okay, I can. All right. Yeah, and good news, Chilwell. Good news, mate. Oh, what is it? You're gonna assist. All right. Love it. Is that a bonus? Yes, Ben, it's a bonus. I love it. Who am I assisting? Who am I going to assist? That's a good one. Raheem. The script today has Raheem to get man of the match. He's actually going to score 2. You're going to assist his first one, and the second one there's going to be no assist because he's going to intercept a pass. We've already spoken to West Ham's fullback. All right, he's going to intercept the pass, and then he's going to go one-on-one with the keeper. Keeper knows, he already knows to get his legs really wide, so Sterling's going to pass it through his legs. So there'll be no assist involved there. But you're going to get the assist. That's going to lead to the winning goal. But what's the score going to be? You're going to like this one because it's going to be 1-1 going into the 99th minute. It's drama then. I love all that. I love drama. Yeah, I know you do, Ben. So what's going to happen is it's 99th minute, it's 1-1. You're going to probably see some of the fans leaving. They might even be booing at this point because we should be beating West Ham at home at Stamford Bridge. Well, we're going to, aren't we? Yes, Ben. You're going to be a big part of it. So what's going to happen, right? We're going to get the ball in the centre of the park. You need to make sure you up the field. All right, make sure you're not offside. So if you're offside, well, actually, if you are offside, it's fine because we control VAR. We'll just say that you're onside. Say your toenail were onside or something, or your pubes. Maybe your pubes were onside. Well, whatever it is, we'll justify it. All right, so we're going to ping the ball out to you. All right, we're going to make sure we've already spoken to the right back of West Ham, and they're going to make sure you're open. All right, and then we've already said that this is going to happen. That the defender, he was tired, he was fatigued. 99 minutes is understandable, isn't it, for a professional athlete that trains 5 days a week and is an elite athlete? But the fans are going to buy it. All right, so you're going to get it. You're going to take 3 touches, no more than 3. So you're going to touch you out your feet, take a big touch. All right, you're pretty quick. You're going to cut it back. Sterling's going to be on the line. All right, no one's going to mark him. All right, no one's going to mark him because the centre half's tired as well. I've already spoken at the centre half. Oh, this is getting really exciting. And all you're going to do, all right, you're going to just pass it because keeper's not going to move. He's just going to do that. He's going to do that. Sterling's going to be on the line. We know he ain't very good. All right, we know he ain't very good. All right, when he runs like that, we know Sterling runs like that. We know he ain't very good, but he ain't missing from 1 yard. All right. And what's going to happen? He's going to tap it in. He'll be the hero, obviously. I want you, though. This is what I want. Don't forget this, all right? Oh, God. There's so much. So 77 completed passes, 3 interceptions, and I'm going to do the assist for Raheem. This is too much. But wait. Here's what's going to happen, all right? You've assisted Raheem. He scores. Whistle goes. Stamford Bridge is going crazy, all right? Fans are loving us again. Here we go. We're going to win the league. All right. Okay. I like that. But what you have to do, you see camera 42. But there's so many cameras. Camera 42. All right. The one closest to the corner flag. All right. What you have to do, though, you're going to have to do a bit of running here because you're going to be on the left side. Raheem's going to be on the right side. He's going to score. He's going to run over to camera 42, which is the other side of the pitch. You have to sprint like you've never sprinted before. Run, Chilwell, run, all right? You're going to run over him. You're going to go on your knees. You're going to hug him, all right? And then you're going to do all of this at camera 42, all right? And Sterling's going to do that. You got it? I got it. Perfect. All right. Okay, Ben, what I need now is I need for you to just go into the changing room, okay? And I need you to actually get me Raheem because I need to go through it with Sterling. He needs to know what's going on. Okay, thank you. I love it. Thank you. How much is my bonus for an assist again? It's $70,000 for your assist. That's what we'll tell people in the public and they'll believe it because they don't have a clue. I love it. Thank you. You think that's what's going on every day with every player? That they're going through the script with all of them? Really? Is that how it's going? Is that how it's going? Woo! Is that how it's going, Hubbard? That they've got a script with everything. That they're writing scripts every day. To know exactly what's going to play out and then they perform it to perfection. Is that what's happening? No. So what they're going to tell you is this. They're going to tell you this. The elite scripts in the games because they need the best teams to be in the finals. Why? It's obvious, isn't it? They need the biggest teams to be in the final because more people are going to watch the NBA finals or the Champions League. Guys, the mainstream media is run by Satan. It's run by these same bloodlines. They don't need money. The people who own the mainstream media own the banking system. They don't need your money. They wanted Steph against LeBron because it's going to get a lot more eyes on the NBA finals. Guys, you think that these corporations are actually getting that money? They own the monetary system. The World Cup in Qatar, the people behind FIFA who are at the top of it, they're the ones who are behind the monetary system. Why do they need money from Arabs? So, this is what I'm saying. When the players are on the pitch and the coaches who are coaching from the sideline, they're not in control. It explains it far better than a script. Scripture is what's playing out. It's biblical. I've shown you that with all my codes. It's all biblical. But if you want to continue listening to Hubbard and these other people or the people you follow on Twitter, oh, did you hear that NFL player said it's all scripted? And that's why Brady has won so many Super Bowls. I've shown you Brady's won it because he connects to the end times in the Bible. I've shown you he connects to Francis, who connects to the end times. You think they just grabbed Tom Brady, 199th pick, and said, you know what, we'll just pick this dude to get to 10 Super Bowls and win 7. Let's pick Brady. I think he's cute. He's got a nice ass. Let's pick Brady. And we'll have him marry Giselle, who's a bloke, just for the laugh of it. All right? But then we've got to make sure they get divorced when Giselle's 42. Make sure Brady knows that's in his contract. Yeah, I'll let him know now. Really? Satan, when it comes to professional sports and all that, he is the god of this world. He is using them to distract you all. And he did with me for many years. But ultimately, God's in charge of everything. That's why I've told you Satan has to go to God for permission. That's why I say it's God. God will say, all right, let them have their bread and circus. If they want that, if they want this bread and circus and to be led away from me, there you go, have it. There you go, Satan. There you go, you can have it. Control football, politics, all right, the economy. If this is what all of these people want, I'll allow you to give them it. That's God. God will say, Satan, that's what they want, give them it. And that's what he's given you. He's giving you bread and circus. He's giving you all the things that people love. He won't take it away and go, well, that's not very righteous. That's not the way it should be. God allows this. Go on, Satan, yeah. This is what they want. They're going to deny me. All right. That's how I see it. And look at the world. Look what they want. They want to be entertained. They want to be financially secure. They want recognition. They want to be loved. They want to take the selfies. All right? They want to start telling everyone else how to live their life or what to do. And do nothing about their own. Like that Evie. Talk about world leaders. You do it. So, listen. God rules in the kingdom of men, but Satan is the god of this world. Amen. You just nailed it right there. So Satan is very happy for you right now to believe that sports are rigged and it's all about Vegas. It's all about insiders. He's more than happy with that. He's more than happy for you to believe that coronavirus was to make Bill Gates richer, to not see the biblical element. Watch my videos about coronavirus and Jesus Christ. Have I made my point in this live stream? I hope I have. The Kane code biblical. War. Does war connect to the Bible? Yes, it's the second horseman. Declan Rice all over the news. Is rice food you think of when you think about famine, when you think about Africa? You know it is. Who's called Rice? Last name. Not many, is there? And then he goes to the Gunners, which connects to war. Arsenal, which is connected to armor and arms for war. And Arsenal's logo is a cannonball, which connects to war. It's the Bible. Or is it the Jesuits? The Jesuits. Well, the Jesuits did it. I have no bacon in my fridge today. Well, it's because the Jesuits stopped you from getting it. It's the Jesuits, because this equals 201. And the Jesuits did it. Really? Is that how can you still be believing that if you're a half decent coder? If you are a half decent coder, there is no way in the world you should still believe this is man. If you're a beginner, I get it. If you're starting off with the code, I can see why you think it's man. I did. But if you claim to be a decent coder and open-minded and you still think it's the Jesuits, some old guys in the Vatican scripting our reality, there's a lot of people that say gematria is a smart man's industry. There ain't many smart people in this so-called gematria community. I've told you, remember that girl, whatever her name was? What was her name? Net Void said to me, would you go set up this gematria community and we all go to the US and we all tour the US and we read out gematria codes? I said, no. Because that's who I am. I'm genuine. I'm honest. It would have been very easy. Yeah, I would love to. That would be amazing. We could all get together and spread the word. I went, no. No interest in the gematria community. I think gematria is overrated. I think it will just lead to arguments and ego of who's better. I think most people will just dismiss the knowledge if you go on the street and pound pavements. You see it, guys. You see these people who follow Hubbard pound pavements. They don't do anything. They just leave pissed off. Maybe a couple of people listen to them saying, well, on this day of the year, this event happened. And you know why? Because the Jesuits did it. Who? The Jesuits did it. The 201st day of the year. Did you know that Catherine the Great saved 201 Jesuits? And that the current Pope is Jorge Maria Bergoglio? And his name equals 201. And he resided in Suite 201 in the Vatican. Did you know that? No, and I don't give a shit. That's what you get. That's what they get. I don't give a shit what room he resided in or what his name is. What you on about? That's what they'd say. And that's the reality. And I'm aware of that because I am. Other than this knowledge, I was a very intelligent guy before the knowledge. I ain't gullible. All right? I won't just do what's the noble thing, what seems to be the nice thing to do. I say, it don't work. It'll never work. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. I'll share my message to those who want to listen to it. And I won't force it on people who don't in a street where no one's going to give a shit. Oh, you claim to be this guy who's Mr. Gematria. No, I've never claimed to be Mr. Gematria. I've never ever once in my life claimed to be Mr. Gematria or the face of Gematria. But yeah, you do. You say you're like one of the best coders. Yeah. I never said I'm the face of Gematria. I never said I'm going to pound pavement. Well, then you're selfish. It's all about money for you. No, it isn't. Because I do YouTube for free. But yeah. So I said, listen, how's about you go and pound pavement and stop bitching at me for not pounding it? It's fair. It's a fair comment. You want to pound pavement? Go pound it. The 201 code. Go do it. Good luck. Maybe you'll wake somebody up. Don't bitch at people who are not doing it. But you're better than them because they're not doing it. You know what I'm saying, guys? Come on, man. You got to just sometimes know you ain't going to wake everybody up. And it ain't your job. You can't convince anyone, only God can do that. Exactly. When it comes to what really matters and salvation, that's an act from God. That's a gift from God. I do my live streams. I've got my website. I've got a following. I've got support. Focus on them. I ain't flying to New York to talk about Event 201, which even if you inform them of it, people are not going to give a shit. Well, that's just a negative attitude. No, it's not. It's just how I feel. Soulful existence, exactly. Nobody's going to agree with everything I say. Most people don't have a clue what I'm saying. They can't comprehend it, just like they can't comprehend this. So what? I'm going to do Bible study with people who've read the Bible. I ain't going to do live streams constantly about the Bible where probably the majority of the people in the chat have never read it. That's fair comment, no? So I'll do Bible study with people who've read the Bible, who want to study it, who comprehend it. No point me doing a live saying, all of you, read the Bible and do it every day. And today I'm going to go through Timothy or Acts. Knowing that a lot of people watching it are going to turn off because they don't understand it and it's not entertaining. Anyway, I'm off. I plant the seeds. Exactly. Bang on. I plant the seeds. You guys have to water them. But I plant a lot of seeds, and my work through the Holy Spirit has helped thousands of people. I know that. But I don't ultimately have a say in where they go. Logan from Decode Reality uses tarot cards and Zodiac. I know, because he's New Age. Never liked the guy. I knew straight away in my soul, before I even connected with the Holy Spirit, that he was New Age. And that it was all about himself and how smart he is and he knows everything. And if you want your whole world to change, just go get a reading from him, from his little cards. All right. And all of his astrology, which I've never, ever been into astrology, ever. Never been into it. I saw straight through him. As soon as he said, you have no say. You have no free will. Your script has been written and you've just got to live it out. That was like, really? What's the point? Our life's already been determined and we have no say in it. We have no free will. Give me a break, whatever your name is, Logan, whatever it is. So, all right, guys, just before I go, can you ping the like? I'm on 73. See if you can get me to 90. 90. What does 90 represent? I don't really know with 90. I know Southampton lost to Leicester 9-0. I think Man United beat Southampton 9-0. I don't really have much for 90. Might have to do a bit more. Obviously, Italia 90, the World Cup where Germany won. 90. Don't have much for that. You're following the way Jesus called out false prophets. Yeah, I am calling out false prophets. And I have every right to, which the Bible tells me. Told you, I'm not this New Age Christian who says you can't call out anybody. You've got to just accept everybody for who they are. No, I will call out scorpions, snakes, serpents, deceivers, liars, false prophets. I'll call them out. And I promote the word of God, which is far more important. All right? So, yeah, it don't look like I'm getting to 90. 75. All right. It's okay if everyone doesn't agree with you. I've already read that comment out. I don't want everyone to agree with me. All right? That'd be really annoying if everyone in the world just completely agreed with everything that I said. Nah. Yep. All right, I'm off. Hope you enjoyed this. I say share it, but who are you going to share it with? How on earth do you introduce my work to somebody? Like, do you know what I mean? I've got to come to that conclusion. How can you share my work with somebody who's trapped in the matrix? They're not going to give a shit about Harry Kane's numbers or when his fourth child was born. So it can be a bit tough for me. That's why I think my page just doesn't grow. 10.8 forever and a day. Just stop growing when it should be growing at a rapid rate with everything that I've proven. But it ain't, is it? Seek and ye shall find, baby. That's how it works. Seek and ye shall find. Bye, guys. Take care. Much love. And God wins. And just know, from Friday to Monday, I'm going to be away. I won't be doing any live streams for 4 days. Cheers, and God bless you all.